Hello gamers, welcome to another edition of Tonight on Mainjammers Game Table, where tonight I'm continuing my series featuring Tiny Frontiers Revised, designed by Alan Barr, published by Gallant Knight Games. And it is set in my campaign setting, Galaxy Force, that I use for science fiction stories. So, the Galaxy Force has been sent on a mission to get a prisoner, and that prisoner ends up being dead on a ship full of robots, and now the robots have become the threat. If you'd like to hear more details, you can go back and watch the videos in this series in my playlist to get caught up. If you don't want any spoilers or anything, you might want to go back and watch those videos before you come to here. If not, should be a pretty well contained episode. I think you'll get the gist. Either way, whatever you'd like to do, I'm going to get started right away. So our team is Galaxy Force team is led by Connor Bosch. This is Sheena Ultra. She's a Gen and the team's medic. And then there is genetically modified humans in this game. This is 3 Large. He is a Autoborg, a sentient machine people. And this is Sizzle. He is a Salmar. He is an engineer as well as a detective along with Connor. And this team currently is trying to destroy the energy source that seems to be powering these robots that have been on a that hijacked a ship called the 49er and killed everybody aboard, and so they're trying to stop them. Their own ship detected this energy source down on the planet and have determined that energy source is powering these robots. So they're heading back to they have prepared. In the last episode, they made it back to their shuttle where Sizzle, the engineer of theirs, he put together EMP grenades as well as a demo EMP that should take out the power source if they can get it attached. They are making their way back to the location of the energy source, and I'm going to roll to see if they run into any more encounters on this planet. It's a very desolate planet, so the encounter would probably involve the robots. So, spoiler alert. All right, so on a 1 or a 2, they run into a robot patrol that's searching for them. 4, no. And I'm making 2 checks because of the distance from shuttle to the power source. And that's a 6. The robot face on these dice is a 6, and the shield is a 1. That's how I play these dice. Okay, so they make it to the power source location without any encounters. And they know that this power source location, it is guarded by many or several robots. And so they are going to try to sneak in, trying to get most out of my camera real estate here. They're going to try to sneak in, set up the robots. All right, so nope, that's not going to work. Yes, suppose that'll work. Okay, so they're working there, and there's robot guards. And there's 2 out on patrol. All right, so while Sizzle was preparing the demolitions of the EMP grenades, the team used the shuttle med pack to replace all of their hit points, their health, and so they're going into this fight full health. And now, let's get into the story. All right, so someone's gonna have to sneak up. But no, we're gonna run a distraction. Sizzle, you've got to get to that energy thing and plant your EMP. Yes, but that will prove to be difficult. Yes, it will, my friend. I will provide the distraction, says 3 Large. As will I. All right, well, you two be careful. So, I'll accompany Sizzle. No. 3 Large and I will do it. You are better prepared to bodyguard Sizzle. Sheena. All right, I agree with you, I suppose. You're the boss. Yes, yes I am. All right, 3 large. Frontal assault or flank assault? Well, flank assault would be much better. Yes. Well, let's do it. All right, so they're going to move out into view of the guards to get their attention. And then they're going to move behind the rubble of this ruins that they have found themselves in. So these robots, intruders, have arrived. So in the last episode, the robots sent out a warning. There's an alarm. They know that the organics are on the planet. So they've been waiting for them, but their mission with this power source is much more important. So they have been guarded with just a few patrols now, so they're going to move forward and kind of take the bait, I suppose. And these robots are going to close in here as well because they are all within communication. So we'll say, let's go initiative. All right, so, and by the way, so the initiative rules in the current versions of Tiny D6 systems is you to make a test, anybody who's successful in the test goes before the enemy, anybody who is unsuccessful goes after, and it's cyclical. Like once you've established it for the combat, for the entire combat, it just keeps going around. But I throw a little bit of a house rule into that, as I prefer to have the drama and the suspense of having initiative every round. So that's my own little house rule there. I also have a house rule for critical hits that's different than their rule for critical hits, but we'll see if we see that in action. So Connor has first action, and then the robots go. So we're gonna go, so Connor, he had Sizzle distribute his EMP grenades amongst the team. Each one of them got 2 EMP grenades in addition to the demolition he's going to use. So Connor, one action is he moves and he throws his EMP grenade to try to take out these 2. So first of all, he is proficient in light range. I'm going to treat this as a light ranged, and so he gets a standard test. And he misses. All right, so now we have to see if it bounced back towards him or if it bounces somewhere else. And if on a 1, it bounced back towards him, so it rolled here and exploded or activated, and it did not affect anything. So now the robots go. They fire their weapons. So they get 2 shots each at Connor. Miss, hit, miss, hit. So he takes 2 damage. All right. And he has armor, light armor. So that's now eliminated. Oh, I didn't make armor tests. We'll just say they made the armor tests. I made those off camera. Okay. So he's down to that many. All right. And then 3 large. Oh no, these guys attack, these robots attack 3 large. So this one's gonna move so you can get him an aim. This one's gonna get 2 shots. That one's only gonna get 1 shot because the other action it used to move. So this one fires twice. Miss. Miss. That one only fires once and hits. So 3 large is medium armor, has lost one of its armor value, and he is at that. Armor value in this game is added to hit points. All right, so next up is Sheena. She needs to clear of the way for Sizzle to get there. So she is going to throw her EMP grenade and see if she has better luck than the mere human. So she gets a standard test with this, and she also misses. And that's a 6, so it does not bounce back towards her. Instead, it bounces out here and just activates uneffectfully. So she had to move to do that and then throw the grenade, so that was her action. All right, so Sizzle is going to try his best with his 2 EMP grenades to see if maybe, since he designed it, he is, and he, oh, thank goodness he had advantage because he actually managed to get it to go where it is. Now they get a save test to try to avoid it. This one makes his save, and that one makes a save. So the EMP grenades go off, but their systems manage to avoid its effects. So that's how this battle is going to go, huh? And so 3 large fires his plasma pistol at that robot, and he hits once again. That almost was a crit, but is not. But that's 2 damage with his weapon. So that particular robot because it's down to that much damage. All right. And let's do that. All right. And so his other action, he's going to take the evade action. He probably should have tried to throw his grenade, but it's too late now. All right, so we go back to initiative. All right, so looks like everybody but 3 large is going before the robots. So Connor, I guess he's going to use his second EMP grenade. It's the only one he has. See if he can hit his target. He hits his target. Now they have to make their save. First one makes it save. Second one fails its save. So this one is deactivated. His second action, he is going to... Should he take the evade action? Or should he shoot? He's going to shoot. He fires his laser pistol with that second shot. And he hits, but does not get a crit. Once again, that's just crazy. If I went back and counted on my videos, how many times that's happened? I love it. It's fascinating. Dice are fascinating. All right, so he does hit that particular target. Okay, that was him. Next up is Sheena is going to fire her pistol, and so is Sizzle, so we'll speed that up a little bit. So their first shots, Sheena hits, but Sizzle misses. Second shots, they both hit. And once again, almost a crit there. Crazy. All right, so that's a total of 4 out of, wait, they fired twice. 3 out of 4. 3 out of 4 on that guy. So, okay. All right, so he's still activated. And then that was them together. Okay, the robots attack. So that's going to be a lot of shots on 3 large, but he did take the evade action. So they're going to fire on him, these 2 here. So that's 2 shots each. Miss. Hit. He does not dodge it. He takes a point. All right. And the other guy, fire, miss. Fire, miss. All right, that's good. This guy fires at Connor and fires again. 2 actions. All right. Miss, miss. And now these robots move up to this area to guard this area. And these robots continue doing what they're doing. And that brings us to 3 large. He's going to fire on the one he fired on last time. And he hits. And he does 2 damage. And then he is going to evade, I guess. He'll evade again. Initiative. All right, so looks like everybody but Sizzle is going before. So Sizzle goes after. All right, so Connor is going to fire at the guy he's been firing at. Try to get a crit. Did you see that was almost gonna be a 6? So he hits. Second hit. He hits twice, so that's enough to take that robot out of the action. Has to do it the hard way. All right. So now Sheena is going to move down here. I think in this game you can move 25 and still take an action. And so she is going to fire on this robot here. And she hits 1 damage. All right. And then 3 large is going to fire 1 more time at that guy that he's been chipping away at, and he hits with that 6, and that's enough with his heavy weapon to take that, with that plasma pistol, to take out that opponent. and he takes the evade action. The robot fires at him. Miss. Miss. Doesn't even need to evade. This robot fires at Sheena twice. Miss. And miss. And this one moves into a more advantageous position and fires on her as well. So it's only one shot and misses. So these guys continue doing what they're doing. And now it is Sizzle's turn. He's going to move. They have to get him down to that area. So he's going to move behind Sheena. He's going to fire at this guy. That's the guy that she was targeting. So he's going to fire with his laser pistol. And he hits. Not a crit, almost crit that time. So there you go. I guess it's, yeah. All right. So that is initiative. Connor rolled snake eyes. Never a good time when you roll snake eyes. All right. And so Sheena moves up. No, she's going to fire twice. It's better just to do her laser pistol, really, at this point, instead of trying to bring out her laser sword. Hit and missed. So she got one shot in. She probably should take the evade action, is what she should do, but too late. All right. And then that's her two actions. Sizzle. He has one EMP grenade left. He's going to throw it. And he hits. Woo. Okay, so those things have to make a save test. First one makes it. Second one fails it. So this one is out of action. And then 3 large fires at the guy he's been working on. And he misses. Well, he can only make one attack with that heavy plasma pistol. So he's going to dive for cover behind this rubble here. And that guy will have disadvantage to attack him. And that'll bring us to them. So this robot is going to fire at her twice. Missed. And hit. So she takes 1. Sheena takes a point of damage. That's her armor. So now, there you go. And then suddenly, or not suddenly, but the power generator seems to be powering up even more based on what these robots are doing at this console area. And they can feel the electricity flowing through the air. And it makes their hair stand up on end. All right. And this guy fires at 3 large. Disadvantage on both attacks. Both miss. And now that brings us to Connor, who is also... He's just going to fire on the one that's firing with 3 large. He's going to move into position to fire, and fires, and he hits. Not a crit, but he does a point of damage. And that is his action. It's initiative. The electricity is coursing through the air. All right, split 50-50 as far as initiative goes. So, Sizzle's going to fire his laser pistol at this robot, and he hits. And then he's going to move here. And then 3 large is going to fire at his opponent and hits, and that takes it out of the action. And then he's going to move this way. And then the robot fires at 1, hits for 1. Ooh, hits for 2. Ouch. So Sheena takes 2 more damage. And this robot here starts saying, "Yes, soon our brothers and sisters shall all be awakened to take out the organics." So things are accelerating. Sheena fires her laser pistol at the remaining. Ooh, got a crit. So it's an extra, it's 1 damage and an extra D3. And she does 1 more. So that's 2 damage, which is enough to take that one out since he had been hurt. And then for the second action, she moves down here. Powers up her power sword. Connor. He moves twice. We've got to give Sizzle some cover. And he moves up behind this cover where he can see the robots. He gets ready. So he makes a double move. Initiative. Ugh. 3 large is after. Sizzle is after. And Sheena and Connor before. All right. Let's see what happens. All right. So Connor, I think Connor's out of his EMP grenades if I remember correctly. So Sheena is going to throw hers. I think she had 1 left. And she misses. So we'll see where it bounces. All right. It does not bounce back towards them. It bounces beyond, rolls, and then goes off, but does not affect them because she missed. I think those 2 are out of EMP grenades. I think Sizzle has 1 left, and 3 large, the Autoborg has 2 of his EMP grenades left. All right. And then Connor is going to fire at this robot. Get it away from that console. Missed. Second attack, hit. So that robot is now there. So. All right, the robot's hit for 1. Okay. And now he says, "Get them, my minions. I shall finish our work here." And so these 2 fire. He's under cover, so it's going to be disadvantage for both shots. 1 hits, though. Connor takes a point. And then the other one is going to fire twice at Sheena, but she is miss. She is out in the open. 2, both missed. And then 3 large. Comes here. He cannot see over this, so he's going to make a double move and move here, getting ready to do whatever he needs to do next turn. So he needs to double move. Sizzle comes over here, gets a little closer, gets behind Connor and that rubble there, so he cannot be seen. And he is going to take the evade action for the heck of it. And so this is initiative. Wow. Okay. So only Sheena is going before everybody. I'm gonna try to destroy the console. So she fires twice at the console. Miss. Hit. And she does 1 point to the console. All right. Those are 2 actions. Now the robots go. All right, so it is happening. And he turns, and he looks different than the other robots. So he is going to take that sword of his and move up on 3 large and attack. He has advantage, and he misses with electricity bouncing up and down his sword. He swings at Autoborg. "You are a traitor to the machines," he screams as he swings his sword. All right, so now it's initiative. Oh wait, no, these guys got to shoot. So these 2 have disadvantage on Connor. Miss. And 2 shots on Sheena. Miss. And hit. So she is hit for 1 more. Okay. So now it's initiative. Will they be able to get Sizzle to that console? All right. So Sheena goes before. Sizzle goes before. Connor and 3 large after. All right. So. What are they going to do? All right, let's see how this plays out. All right, so Sizzle, he has an EMP grenade, so he's going to move out from cover over here and throw it here. He has advantage with it since he designed it. And he misses. Oh. Now, if it rolls a 1, it's going to roll here, and these two may have to make a save. If he rolls any other, it bounces somewhere out of range of the robots. Ew, so close. So it bounced away, and it blew up, or went off ineffectually. So he's out of EMP grenades. Only 3 large, has 2 left. He does have his demo that he needs to place, but he was trying to, yeah. Sheena, she runs up. No, she's just going to keep firing both her blaster twice. I mean, it's just the best way for it to work. Oh, and she got a crit. Beautiful. So that's 1 damage plus a D3. So 2 damage on that one. And she fires another shot and misses completely. So I guess that evened out. Oh, well. Someday I'll roll like 3 damage on a crit. All right, so that was her. Now it's the robots. They're both gonna fire it. No, one's gonna fire Connor still. Hit. 1 hit, 1 missed. And then one's gonna fire at Sheena. 1 damage to Sheena and 1 damage to Sizzle. And Sizzle. All right. And this guy swings his sword twice at 3 large. Oh, almost a crit from him, but that's 1 damage to 3 large. Back swipe. 2 damage. So 2 damage total to 3 large. In my game, you can use pistols at close range without penalty. Otherwise, any other ranged weapon within close would be with disadvantage. But 3 large is going to use this plasma pistol on this big guy here. And he hits. Sizzle's like, I've got bad news. I've got to get this here now. I think that thing is going to, I think it's going to go off. The power is building. You can tell. I need to stop it. All right, so Connor's like, all right then. So he fires at the injured hits. Oh my gosh, almost another crit, but 2 damage on that one. Not enough to finish it off though, unfortunately. And that is initiative. This initiative, I think, is going to be very important. So Sizzle is going for the robots. Sheena is not, however, nor is Connor, but 3 large is. Okay. Okay. All right, so 3 large fires his plasma pistol again at his enemy, his very dangerous enemy, and he hits. So it's 2 more damage off of his enemy. And then he takes the evade action. Sizzle. Okay, so Sizzle's going to run forward and plant his demo device. I'm going to say he needs 2 successes. So, or two actions. So he has to move up. That's 1 action. Second action, he has to attach it. But to attach it, since he's under fire, under duress, and all that, he is going to have advantage on this roll because of his engineering. But if he fails, it's going to cost him extra time to get the demo properly attached. So he did not fail. So he gets it attached. Those magnets he installed came in handy. Now the robots, they're more focused on the bigger opponents. So they are going to, Connor is still undercover, so he gets disadvantage on his attacks. Both missed. And then 2 attacks on Sheena, 1 and 2. So she takes 2 more damage, and that is enough to fell her. So she is down. All right, Connor's like, Sheena, ah. And then this guy swings at 3 large twice, and he hits, but 3 large gets to evade, and he does not, so he takes a point of damage. And then the second attack hits, and so he gets to try to evade. He evades, so no damage from that attack. Woo. All right, good, because I think that was a crit. Now Sheena has to make a test. she resolute? No, she is not. She makes the test. So she gains 1 hit point and is conscious. And her second action will be to stagger to her feet. That's all she gets. All right. Connor, he is going to fire at the robot they've been picking away at, and he misses. Of course he does. And the second one, he does hit. So this one is taken out of action. Whew, initiative. All right, good. Sizzle goes before. Connor is going after. 3 large before, that's good. And Sheena before. All right. Okay. So Sheena is going to biomancy herself. She fails her test, and she's going to try a second time. And she is unable, she's too rattled to be able to heal herself, so she does not do it. All right, and then 3 large is going to fire again at his opponent with his plasma pistol. Oh my gosh, it was almost a crit. Oh, that would have been awesome. 2 points of damage, and he takes the evade action. All right, and then Sizzle, he gets engineering to activate this thing, and he fails. So if he fails, it's going to take 1 more action, so he needs 2 more actions now. Oh my gosh, 3 more actions. Oh, stop it, Sizzle. He's not good under pressure, I guess. I don't know. What's going on here, man? All right, so then this guy attacks 3 large and hits 3 large, evades, second swipe with the sword, hits, and he does not evade, takes a point of damage. I will tear you into scrap and turn you into one of us. I don't think so. And so Connor, he's trying to keep the other robot, who is not even injured, with his pistol, so he does a point of damage. Second shot, 2 damage to that guy. All right. If Sizzle gets a crit, I'm going to say that it's for 2 activations on his engineering. It's not a crit, but if he rolls really well, I'll say he makes up for lost time. All right, initiative. Crazy how this is all working out. I love it. All right, Connor. Good. Sizzle does go before, 3 large after. Darn it. All right. All right, so Sizzle. First action, try to activate his machine. Oh my gosh, 4 more actions. 3 more actions. He's down to 3. Come on, Sizzle. Connor. Hits. Hit. So that's 2 more hits on that guy. I have him in cover. He's not moved up. Stop moving. So Connor, you get shot at. No. Yeah, twice and missed. And then the sword-wielding leader misses and hits, and 3 large has to make an evade action, and he fails, so he takes another point of damage. And he fires off his plasma pistol at this guy, and he hits. No crit, but that's enough to take out the leader. So he shoots him in the chest, and the leader falls backward and down on the ground, and 3 large moves up to and moves over into a position where he'll be able to take a shot at that other robot in his next move. That robot. 1, 2, 3 is going to attack Connor. 4, 5. No, you know what? 1 at Connor and 1 at Sheena. So the 1 at Connor missed, and the 1 at Sheena hit. So she's back down again. Okay, and then Sheena has to make a test. And she fails the test. So now she has to make it with disadvantage. And if she makes the test on her next turn, she doesn't regain 1 hit point, she just stays down, but she doesn't die. If she fails a test, she dies. So that's that. So we'll put her at the end of the initiative. Oh man, none of them go before that robot. So the robot fires at Connor. Misses both shots thanks to Connor's cover. That's it for that. And now back to the team. Connor fires at their final guy has been shooting things. Hits. Hits. Takes it out. All right. So he's finally out. Now Sizzle can work. Now he has 3 more successes. And I'm going to say in 3 more rounds, that thing will go off in what they wanted it to do. And in the meantime, Connor is going to get over and bind Jen's wounds with a stim pack, so she's at 1 hit point. And so there's 3 rounds. Countdown of 3. Sizzle. All right, so he's down to 2. Second action, down to 1. All right, tick it down to 2. Oh, yes. His EMP demo works, and the power starts to power down. Slowly, 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 slowly. And 3 Large is like, oh, these creatures, using such foul language as organics. I do not recognize them. I'm taking this leader back with me. I'm going to figure out who and what they are. Sounds like a plan. So, did your EMP completely disable this device forever? Well, yes. At least it will take much more to bring it back. Much more than they may have. Plus, I don't know if any of the other robots are still active. Yeah, let's get back to our shuttle. And we'll do some scans from orbit. And as they're about to go, far, far in the distance, they see a fireball enter the atmosphere. And then there's an explosion. And then Sheena's like, what is that? I guess we'll find out. Maybe. Or maybe we'll never know. So they make their way back to their shuttle. On their way back to the shuttle, they find deactivated robots that they didn't deactivate. Apparently the power source was their power source, and 3 Large is carrying the robot leader with him. So they make it back to their shuttle without incident, and they fly back up to the Razorback and to give their report to Captain Martell. And they get Sheena to the sick bay. Where'd I put my bridge? Where's my bridge tiles? Okay. Goes here somewhere. There. All right, so people on the bridge, and Captain Martell takes them into her room, and the XO is running base, and she is debriefing the team. All right. And she's in sick bay. So Connor and the 3 of them. They give her a breakdown of what exactly happened. She goes, well, Connor, Officer Bosch, we had no choice but to destroy the 49er. If those robots ever got themselves activated, I think they would have been very dangerous. Our scans found millions, maybe billions of them buried underneath the planet. What we think was on top was a vanguard that got activated to be able to activate the entire organization. Sizzle says, yes, that is probably what they were getting to activate. Yeah, so if they had space capability, gravity drive capability, they may just have got out into the galaxy and started wreaking havoc. I have their leader captured. He is in a brig, though he is inactive. And if you wouldn't mind your science team, I would like to examine him. I think that might be a good idea, but I'm going to put security on him, because if he reactivates for some reason, that could be very dangerous. Yes. Well, Bosch, you didn't quite get the prisoner you came to get. May he rest in peace. But you did get a prisoner of another sort. That's true, Captain. It's true indeed. Well, Captain, thank you for all your support. And if you don't mind, I'm going to check on Sheena, and then I'm going to take a nap. I think that sounds like a great idea. I'm going to go work on our trophy. So am I. I can't resist seeing what makes these things tick. Dismissed. So Captain goes back to captaining our ship, and the teams go back to their respective roles, which in this case, Connor checks on Sheena. She's doing just fine in sickbay. He makes it to his quarters and takes a nap. And that's how this mission ends. Will they garner any new information from this robot leader? Will there be another robot uprising? Or will it just be another mission for the Galaxy Force team led by Connor Bosch? We'll find out in a future episode, because I'm going to shift now to another Tiny D6 game, Tiny Supers, for my next video. So hopefully you'll tune in for that and see where that goes. So I hopefully you enjoyed that little story, that little science fiction adventure. There'll be more in the future, I promise. And so until next time, thank you so much for watching, and keep on rolling dice and playing games. Mage Hammer out.